participant screen. So you have disabled the participant screen sharing.
One second. Yeah, now you can do that.
Is it visible?
Yes, yes.
Sir, like while giving material property, I given one property like steel. So like mass, basically density, elastic properties, Young modulus and Poisson's ratio. And afterwards, inelastic strains, which were being concrete compression damage, then concrete tension damage.
Okay.
So like in here, you asked me like how to get the temperature. There was one thing here like use temperature dependent data.
Yes, yes.
So like I didn't get any like I searched for it, but I didn't get any compression like use temperature dependent data for the concrete or something like that. So this was the basic like M30 I wanted. I got the M30 data so for concrete.
Okay.
So like how should I like take into account these things? Any like temperature dependent data?
No. Now actually you no need to like just give me the control.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So he didn't ask actually.
I've requested right now. Okay.
No. It's not showing, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm requesting again. Okay,
Yes,
now
yes.
control that. Yeah. See, thing actually here also you can use this temperature dependent and you can feed that at what temperature it is. Suppose
Yes,
if
sir.
this particular value you have something around like 30 degrees centigrade. And next you have to go and again then you have to say it like a 1 year.
Oh my god.
Right? So then here I just need to make it like something around 10 degrees centigrade. I have this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello. Hello. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can use in this particular way. So now again, if you have this elasticity, okay. So if you are using this elasticity, then here also you can use this temperature dependent data, and then you can start feeding all the multiple temperature values.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is one
So
way.
like,
No, I'm not done. I'm not done it. Let me finish it so you can put your questions.
Yes, yes.
So this is one way of doing this. The other way, when you are using this particular thing, like use temperature dependent data, then you have to do a thermal analysis. Then only it can able to read with respect to the temperature, what is the data, it will read it. But right now, we are not doing thermal analysis. So we should not use this one. As we are not using thermal analysis, you should not use this particular thing. Okay. And even this also, you can just delete this. As we are using only like it's a static or a nonlinear, we are using a nonlinear analysis. It's not the thermal analysis. So we have to feed this. And if you want, you can name this particular temperature. Like this is an M30, right? So an M30, you can rename here. This is underscore at 30 degrees centigrade. This is at 30 degrees centigrade. Like that, you can save n number of materials and you have to run n number of analysis like this. Suppose if you have another material, you can just copy that. Copy. Now you can make this something around like around 60 degrees centigrade. I have these particular values. So you can just name it like that. And again, you have to repeat the analysis by assigning this material properties to it, and then you have to run the analysis. Like that, you have to do that. So now tell me, like, what is your question?
So my question is like, sir, like I searched to literature some of the from the morning and like last night also. Like I didn't get any correlation with the temperature and this density and something like that, sir. Like there were like only high temperature differences, which were like 100 degrees Celsius, 200 degrees Celsius, and 3 degrees.
And what is the temperature you want to solve the problem? First, you have.
And in So like in our temperature 0 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius, it's my range, but it's not that showing that much variation in that thing.
Okay. If literature survey is not available, I'm not responsible for that. You can ask Naveen or your guide. How to feed those particular values into the software is my responsibility. I can show you that.
Okay, sir. Okay, so like one more thing, like I have got the concrete M30 data. So like for I was using FE 415 Fi yielding steel for any particular thing. Just like I'm using a shell thing. That's the steel thing in CFS steel. So actually I searched the data, but I didn't get like I only get up to elastic limit. After the elastic limit, there was like how to achieve that data. Do you have any ideas? Like do you have any? I searched in the open source that, but I didn't get for any like particularly.
What are the data that you got it? Can you show me that?
This normal elasticity. Yes, sir.
Can you show me that? Can you show me that?
Sir, until that, can Ashish will ask it out. Sir, 2 minutes. I'll just search it because it's in folder. Just a minute.
Okay.
So is my screen visible?
Not it.
Hello.
Yeah, not it, Ashish. Yeah, now it's visible.
Yes, sir. So morning I was talking about this. Morning I WhatsApp you that I will be not going for 3D.
You're not going for 3D.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one thing I need to ask in this. Sir, in this.
Can you be a little bit louder? I can't hear you properly.
Sir, interaction in this. On what everything do I have to give a tie connection? Reinforcement and this FRP bars, FRP sheet, everything do I have to give a tie connection?
Yes, you have to. Otherwise, it will stay in the air only.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, you have to make the connection.
Tie connection only.
Yeah, tie connection, sir. Any body you want to merge with any other body, I mean, you want to make it in contact with other body, then you have to give the tie connection for must and sure.
Okay, sir. And one more thing, I had a doubt about this CR, this sheet. Hello.
Tell me.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, while giving a section, I gave it the thickness of 0.11 mm.
Okay.
Okay, so, and I have made the dimensions are
Sunday. Yeah, side on
sir.
Hello.
So the dimensions I gave it 4.11 additionally from both the sides.
Okay.
Is it valid for as the column is being surrounded by this sheet?
Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah, no problem.
So as per my thickness, it's 0.11 mm. So I've given that exceeded the dimension from 450 to 450.22.
Okay.
Is it correct?
Yeah, correct.
So to have select in this whole diagram should be selected now.
Hmm?
So why is it coming in this way?
No, I didn't get what you are trying to do now. You can
So
take any
giving,
magenta or any yellow.
sir, I'm trying to give tie connection to this concrete to the whole reinforcement mesh.
Okay, then first put it only this concrete block. Remove all the, I mean, go to display groups, put only concrete block. Remove all the other things. You no need to select those many things. Select only concrete block and main replace that. Go to display groups.
Sir,
Give me the control.
sir,
Can you give me the control? There is no stirrups and all between that. So as you are going with 1D elements, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is not true actually. You should not go like that. But anyways, as you wish. And just go to surface, create. So you can name this particular surface as master concrete. They're all typed with all the whole surface. So I'm just selecting that. Internally, what is that spaces that I'm not getting? What is this?
Sir, actually the cuts through merge and cut, I have made that cuts, no?
So now the stirrups are not there, then stirrups are 1D, then why you need these cuts? Okay, anyways, okay, fine, no issues. As those are there, so you can deselect.
Sir, if 1D is there, so no need for cutting, no?
You have already made this, right? Cutting is there, right?
Yes, sir, already cutting is there.
Oh, what then? I'm
I'm
losing my
asking that
patience here.
if 1D, if I'm going, so there is no need for that merge and cut function, no?
See, this is your final geometry?
Yes, sir.
Okay, when you are going for 1D, then no need to maintain any kind of a cuts. So no cuts internally, that geometry you have it or no?
Sorry, sir, what did you say?
What is this red line speaking here?
These are the cuts.
Why you need cuts again? As you said, like you are not going with any kind of spaces. Still you want to provide the cuts?
Sir,
You are not going for 3D, right?
actually, I thought in this also. Yes, sir. Actually, I thought in this also we have to put cuts. That's why I just kept it.
See, the main reason, I don't know that who has suggested you to come back to 1D elements. I'm not sure I don't want to comment on that. See, the problem here is like a meshing. Because of the meshing that you are bringing up like a n number of components into this, and many cuts are coming in. So the reason they suggested you is like, if you come to a 1D element on this, so you can able to drastically reduce the element sizes, like the quantity of the mesh also you can able to come it down. So when you want to come down, that is the reason they have explained you or not.
No, sir.
Okay. If they didn't explain you also, when you are going for a 1D element, so you have to remove all these particular cuts also. You are just going to place where that particular component is going to come. And 1D is like purely an approximation analysis that you are doing it, right? Okay.
Okay, sir.
So finally, my conclusion, single point is like, when you are going for 1D, no need to maintain any cuts inside this.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So remove the cuts and do the mesh. Yes. If you want to maintain with the cuts, then Abacus alone cannot able to help you out. You have to take the support of a hypermesh also.
Okay, sir.
Okay. It's true that you have to agree a single engineer can't do a project. Combination of a multiple engineers only can result in your project. Okay. So here also it's true that one particular software cannot able to handle all the things and all. So for the meshing, you have to depend on other softwares. If cuts are there, if cuts you want to eliminate it and you want to go it as like a 1D elements for the stirrups and bars, then no need to maintain the cuts over here.
Okay, sir. So which other software can help in this?
Hypermesh.
Hypermesh. Okay.
Yeah,
Sir.
if you want to go with the cuts.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, and here as you are going with the 1D elements, I feel that there is no use of cuts also.
Okay, sir. Then simply I should give a tie connection to this computer.
Yeah. Simply you can just give a tie connection. I'll tell you that like I'm just stop sharing your screen. I will share my screen. I'll tell you what is the advantage and disadvantage of going with that like. Okay, so if you just go here, and this is your complete concrete block. Let's assume that this is your concrete block that you are having it. And then inside this again, that we have something like a bar. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So inside this, that you have a similar kind of a bars like this. Now, okay, this is like for the insertion. Before insertion, how it looks.
Yes,
if you just want to say like before insertion, how it looks means. I'll keep this aside. Before inserting this particular reinforcement bars, it looks like this. But after inserting the reinforcement bar, it looks like this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Before insertion and after insertion. Now, what will happen is, I'm going to tell you this. When you are inserting this, when you are trying to insert this, oh, I'm sorry. When you are trying to insert this particular beams in this, there should be a contact will happen. See, this and this contact will happen between these two. So we want to maintain that during this particular operations, that what will happen is sometimes this will keep bend and it will start interacting with this, or it can go interacting with this. That particular time, what will happen is this particular concrete block will stop that particular bending and it will make it as like a withstanding those things and all. As maintaining the contacts is like more expensive job, expensive in a sense, not in terms of money, in terms of time, it's more expensive. So we are not choosing that particular option. what we are choosing that instead of that what we are choosing is like whatever the region it is there, this to this, there is some kind of a glue is added. That is what an assumption I'm making it, and I'm trying to do it now. Now,
Yes.
what you are trying to do, like what you can do is like you can create this an empty space, and inside this, where you are trying to put like a 1D beam element and all. When you are trying to go with us like a 1D beam element, that's a good idea that you want to go with the spaces only. Like you want to remove the material. That's a very good idea. That's a realistic in conditions. That is how actually you have to proceed it. But that is not only give you the best solution. That is not only the thing. What you have to do
Yes.
is like, you no need to remove this particular things. Keep your solid as it is like this and bring your 1D element here. Okay, keep this particular 1D element over here. Keep it as it is like this. That means you are penetrating inside to this particular solid. So whenever any kind of a mesh sheet is coming over here, so you would be having this and you would be having another element over here. So in between that it is two, these two will get joined and then we can tie these particular things or not. So then your problem becomes very easy, but not so accurate results that we are going to get, but still it is highly acceptable for academics. But in industry that we have to maintain it like this. So now I recommend you like remove the holes inside this particular blocks and just simply insert this and make a tie connections between this set of an elements to this one. Okay, so my suggestion is first do the mesh for all the things, create all the 1D elements in a concrete block. Apart from this, an outer strips like whatever you just maintained, right? So you have a strip like this. Sorry, not like this. Okay, you have a strip like this, right?
Yes.
So you can go for this particular cutouts. Apart from this, internally you should not maintain any kind of a material removal things happening inside that. If you start maintaining a material removal things, then you have to stick on for it's very high difficult to do the meshes. So for that, you
Yes,
have
sir.
to stick on to the other softwares also. Now remove all those things and we will make this particular assumption and then you can start doing this particular activity. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Fine then. So how about
Can I?
Ganesh?
Yes, yes, sir. I'm sharing screen. Ashish, can you?
Yeah.
So so I would like one question, sir. If we give any property, static properties to in this material, just like steel shell and
What do you mean
concrete.
by static property?
Static property like only normal elastic strain Poisson's ratio, only in linear elastic things.
Okay.
We haven't gone after in the plastic things. So while I'm doing the blast loading, so I will not get that much accurate data, na? Like it should go up to that thing, na? Like in plastic limit also, no?
See, no. In that particular cases, your animations may not look good. I mean that like the results
Okay,
are not good, but still
yes, sir.
we can able to conclude at what case it is going to fail. That's purely depends upon your mathematical assumptions that we have to do. You can't show it in the presentations, but you can show some images and then from there, like by changing the color contours, we can able to show that.
Yes, sir. So in here, while I was reading the paper, I saw that one they have used some Johnson and Holcomb concrete parameter. Johnson Cook parameter
criteria. Yeah.
Yes, a damage criteria. So while giving the material properties, I have to give this criteria also parameters. Huh?
Yes, you have to give these parameters.
So for concrete, then in my case, then in outer is steel and inner is concrete. So
no, for that, they are giving it for the steel, I think. Johnson Cook parameters are giving for steel or for the concrete.
So I have seen numerous papers that in that they somewhat have given for concrete, somewhat have given for steel. And for steel, they have given some other parameters. Actually, I don't know the differentiate
I'll
between
show
that
you like how to
this
give that
parameter.
particular value. Just give me the
So like,
control.
I just wanted to like, can you give me some little bit like hint, like where should I read these things, like which model to use to get the optimized data? Is there anything like any reference? Can you like suggest me like where should I read these things? Hello, sir.
About the Johnson-Cook damage.
Sir, I want to know like if I'm using I want a damage criteria. So which model I should prefer? So like how to where it comes from, sir? Like,
yeah, can you give me the control?
yes, I already given.
Yeah, okay. So just go this. When you are just trying to do this particular thing, you can just go to mechanical, and here you can see this one. Damage for ductile materials, it is there, right?
Ductile metals, yes, sir.
Only your steel is your ductile material. Concrete is not a ductile material.
Yes, sir.
Concrete is a catastrophic failure.
Brittle.
Okay,
yes, brittle materials.
Brittle in
Yes,
nature. So
yes,
you
sir.
have to use only for the steel, damage for ductile materials, and then here you have to use a Johnson-Cook damage. After clicking on Johnson-Cook damage, then you have to provide these D1, D2, D3, D4, and D5 constants.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
so one more thing,
temperature, transition temperatures, and reference strain rates. So these values you have to collect it, and then you can able to feed them here. So what will happen?
Yes, so like,
what will happen after feeding this Johnson-Cook damage criteria is beyond the Hooke's law, that is like beyond the linear elastic. It tries to go into the non-linear elasticity. That's where in the non-linear elasticity is nothing but it's called plasticity. So in the plasticity, while the body is trying to deform, there are some kind of a criteria how it has to damage that. So that particular kind of a damage, it's going to happen it for this. So which materials are having a highest elongation rate? So for those materials, we can able to use this Johnson-Cook damage criteria.
yes, sir. So one more doubt was there, sir. Like for concrete, these properties are enough to get some damages, no? Like any displacement thing and strain rate effect and every. So like if I.
Yeah, for this concrete damaged plasticity you have given, right?
Yes, sir. Like I want to like density. I have given elastic, given a concrete damage plasticity.
Yeah,
concrete compression damage.
this is fine.
This is enough.
Damage
So like
plasticity is fine.
So like up to until this, it's enough now. Like I don't have to add any property to in the end to get some like the required data I want. Like I don't have to add anything in this now and material thing now. Now.
Yes.
In. Hello.
No need to add anything. That is fine.
Okay, sir. So in steel, then I would like to ask one doubt. Like in steel, then again I have to give the elastic property, then the density elastic property, and then I have to in the steel I have to also go for plasticity. Then afterwards I have to add that Johnson Cook damage. Am I right, sir? Hello.
Sorry. Can you repeat
it? Yes, sir. While doing steel things, like I have to give the density, elastic property, concrete. Then in that I have to give the like mechanical, then plasticity for steel.
Yeah.
Am I right, sir? Plastic property for steel. Then afterwards, at the end, after giving this data, and afterward at the end, I have to add this thing, na? Like then the damage for ductile material, then Johnson Cook. Am I right, sir?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So one more thing, like while giving this density, then while I have done the concrete and steel, then one more thing was that, sir, there's I don't have to define the acoustic medium or any medium in which the blast will propagate. No, sir.
No, as of now, not required.
Not required, sir. Okay. Then
Yeah.
so both things are done.
In fact, actually, for your reference,
yes, sir.
I'll try to give you one particular YouTube video also. That's actually really good. Actually, I've seen that. So
Yes, sir.
I hope like you have seen that or not. Yeah, where do I get this chat window? Where do I get this chat window?
Just a minute.
Can you ping me? Yeah, sorry. So this is what the link actually, that is about a 1 hour video. For you, I think if you can clearly observe this, it will take you 1 full day to understand that what they are doing, everything. So that gives you a clear idea. And in this particular video, if you have any doubts, I'm really happy to help you out on this, because this talks about the
Okay, sir.
basics.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, just go through that particular video in detail so they can give you like whatever the basic questions that you are asking, right? So everything they have answered it. But again, you just make note of all these particular steps. For in each and every step, I can happy to help you out, like for why they have chosen this particular step. Technical reasons I can give
Okay.
you.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So like one more thing, like tomorrow when I have to prepare, I will complete the video and I'll complete the material properties and I'll assign to them. Then I'll provide a tie bond to steel and concrete, and I'll provide fixed end at the boards. Until that I can do it. So while giving blast loading, can you help me tomorrow? Like one showing that how to give the time limit and everything.
Sure.
Is it okay, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
See, you can give a trial also. For the trial limit, you can just go by default as a thumb rule, 0.005. You try for that.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Try for that and let me know like how it's coming.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's all, guys.
Yes, sir.
Anything, Ashish?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If we'll have any doubt, we'll WhatsApp you the screenshots.
Yeah, and today I'm closing my laptop, so mostly tomorrow only I'll be available again to take anything. So, but anything,
Tomorrow,
post me in the
what
WhatsApp.
time, sir?
Today I'll close. I'm
Sure.
just waiting for your guys on this.
Sure. Tomorrow
No,
at
sir.
what time?
What
What
time,
duration
sir?
tomorrow?
Tomorrow, that's on 27th of Monday. So shall we catch up something around like 2:30 to 3:30 like that?
Yes, sir.
It's okay. It's okay. Yes.
Okay, fine. So, but till like 2:15, I'm in some meeting. So please remind me that invitation I'll send you at 2:30 only. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
But
Okay,
please
sir.
remind me. Someone please text me in the WhatsApp or give me a call at 2:30 so that we can schedule this.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye bye. Good night, guys.